Welcome to a KBW Monday Night Raw review. This is the first show following SummerSlam. A lot of crazy things that came out of SummerSlam. Obviously, me and Mr. Disrespectful will indeed have a little SummerSlam roundabout. We got to figure out who won the titles. That's why I got no titles on. We don't know who won the TakeOver title. We don't know who won the WWE title. I might lose both my belts. I don't know what the hell's going to go on. Wait and see. So, I'm going to hit you with the Monday Night Raw, the Raw after SummerSlam, and kind of get you in the know. So, of course, we start off with the new WWE Champion, Seth Rollins, who beat Brock last night with a few stomps to the noggin. So he comes out in a dress shirt and jeans because usually that means that they're injured or they're going out, you know, like Roman with the leukemia where he came out like normal clothes, like there was no merch. So Rollins comes out, ouchie ouchie, you can tell his ouch still hurts. Talking about, you know, how the last few weeks have been the worst weeks of his career. They've been the most trying and all that other malarkey. And then comes out the OC, AJ, Carl Anderson, and Luke, the big LG, Luke Gallows. They come down to the ring. Seth doesn't have to worry about Brock anymore, but he has to worry about AJ Styles. So boom, we now have a match. Champion versus champion as the main event of tonight. The United States Champion AJ Styles against the Universal Champion Seth freaking Rollins. So they will burn it down later. So that's how that started. It was kind of meh. It was a handshake. So commercial, we come back. The Street Profits, my favorite people on earth. They're slowly picking up steam as like one of the greatest parts of Raw, easily. Their skits every week are hilarious. I can't wait to see them on main roster. No, never mind, I won't say that because that means they'll get killed. So Street Profits are backstage. Montez Ford says tonight's Raw is getting all the smoke. So he is talking about the matches, obviously. He's trying to hype up the matches that are coming on tonight. And it seems that Mr. Dawkins partied up a little too hard the night before at the SummerSlam after party, and is extremely dehydrated. So Sami Zayn's goofy ass decides to come up because it's Canada. So they try to get all their Canadian stars out while they can, which apparently Montreal, Quebec is the same deal. So here comes Sami telling you about how gritty and how Seth was gritty, and he was the architect of the Shield, and he was like this mean dude. Now he's quote a pandering fool. He talks about Becky and how when she was first a man, it was very organic. It was Becky Lynch, the man, and it's just manufactured. Now basically what Sami Zayn's gimmick is, he reads our online comments, finds the one that pops up the most, and then regurgitates it on live TV. So because just you've heard for God knows how long. So he tells me gritty, it's manufactured, and then of course, because Dawkins, who's still dehydrated but knows how to start a little bit of trouble, asks about Samoa Joe to Sami Zayn. And of course, Sami doesn't know he's behind him. And he starts saying that he came into WWE as, quote, King Kong, beating on everyone. But last week he's out here wondering if Roman's okay. And Joe, standing there like this, with his towel on, like, bruh, screams at him and says since he's such a softie, he'll challenge him in the ring tonight. And he pushes him into some backstage equipment and challenges him to a match. And that will come after the commercial. So, also, they break as the commercial comes back from commercial break. Next Monday night on Raw, the King of the Ring tournament returns. That's amazing. I loved King of the Ring. King of the Ring really does, like, it's not just like you win it and then they move on. You know, a lot of those guys wind up having gimmicks out of it for the year. Like, you know, we had the one micro brawler we got is from King, is the Macho King Randy Savage. We have King Booker. Like, these were able to turn into full gimmicks for a full year because you are the King of the Ring. Kind of like Shane's stupid best in the world thing, but way better. So the King of the Ring tournament returns Monday night. After this, I will have the full list of competitors for the King of the Ring tournament. Then we get replays of the whole Roman getting beat up or getting attacked. Well, I guess we'll find out more tomorrow. First, the things fall on him. Then he almost gets hit by a car. Then he tries to fight Buddy Murphy, which will be a match tomorrow night. Mr. Disrespectful will have them results tomorrow or Wednesday. The results of the Roman and Buddy Murphy match. Nice to see Buddy Murphy. He's alive. That's super dupe. So then we come back. Here it is, Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn. It wound up being the Samoan. Mr. Samoa Joe kind of beats him up pretty easily. Coquina clutch, tap. Dunzo. Because it is what it is. Samoa Joe is the man. And I think now that he has this kind of babyface gimmick going now. Like he turned last week when he was saying, "Oh no, Roman," that he's now going to be like that badass, but like for the people instead of against the people. So that was dope. So curious again, as it's been mentioned on many podcasts and on Twitter, I don't think Sami Zayn has won a match since his return. So then we have the Miz is being shown backstage as he is getting ready to take on Dolph Ziggler. Good Lord. And there should be an interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Miz makes his way to the ring, followed by Dolph. Miz is happy. Bloodthirsty Canadians in attendance. Don't get to see it. Ziggler turns to leave. So basically, Ziggler comes out. He acts like he's super hurt from all the 277 spears he took last weekend or yesterday on SummerSlam from Goldberg, and fakes it. DZ starts beating up Miz as if he was going to trick him. We come back from a commercial. Match is underway. Here we go. So Miz finally starts to beat on each other. Miz gets the upper hand. The Miz gets him with a zigzag for a near fall. Ziggler stomps up. He starts to do the whole Sweet Chin Music gag, the ghetto Shawn Michaels thing he has going on. Ziggler gets put in the figure 4 lock and he struggles to the rope and he has to tap. Winner, Miz. Ziggler starts doing that thing on the microphone that he was doing last time where he says, "You can't beat me," even though he's laying on the ground. Same thing he did to Goldberg. So this is his newest angle was, instead of the "it should have been me" that we got annoyed with 12 weeks in a row, he is now doing this thing where he's screaming at him. He's saying it's flesh injuries. Miz comes back down and hits Ziggler with the skull-crushing finale. Nothing crazy. I feel like they keep shitting on Ziggler with these dumb gimmicks. I can't stand them, to be honest with you. Next up, we had Becky Lynch. She had an interview with the ever so beautiful Charlie Caruso, and said respect to Natty after a hard-fought match. She doesn't care about having friends. She's coming for everyone, so best bet to get her before she gets them. Tell them to young Bex. Got us a new Becky Lynch. Pow pow, you'll see that on the main pod. Amazon exclusive. I ordered like 6 months ago, totally forgot. Showed my door today, so awesome. Come back, Elias is doing his I am Elias. And he was getting tired of the fact he was talking about how he got interrupted by another legend, Edge, with the crazy return last night where he got a spear from Edge. Was really fucking cool. So Elias talking all that shit, and guess what? It's Ricochet comes out to disrupt him. Ricochet did not have the Nightwing clothes on today. He did have the bottoms, but he was not wearing the cat suit. He did not look like 50 Shades of Ricochet out there today. He looks all right. So he makes his way to the ring, says people don't interrupt him because it's cool. They interrupt him because he sucks. Whoa, Ricochet hit him with it. Elias says a guy dressed like a comic book character isn't going to tell him what's cool or not. True, Elias. Props to you. Elias demands a referee so he can show Ricochet what it's all about. Ricochet gets on to Elias. And as we thought, Ricochet goes for the Tope Subasina, but Elias moves. Ricochet lands hard. Elias gets him in the ring, grabs his guitar, misses, goes to grab his guitar, does not get it. Ricochet super kicks Elias and goes to top rope for his sunset flip. 1, 2, 3. Referee counts it, but for the love of God. Another one of these, my shoulder was up, refs didn't see it. I guess they're doing this thing like, like in a real sports where referees do miss big calls. I guess that's their thing now. So that's what they did here. And so, winner, Ricochet. Pew, pew. Then we have Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas. I feel like this is one of the matches that these guys are making sure we see every week. I don't mind it only because they're very good. This one's a 2 out of 3 falls match. Nothing crazy here. Andrade gets the 2 out of 3 falls. Andrade gets the first fall. It kind of comes down to who cares. So Andrade wins again. Obviously, you're not going to put Mysterio over an Andrade. Afterwards, Mysterio's kind of contemplating his career, and like, does he still have enough? And everybody knows me. Love what Mysterio has done, but really his current run is dumb. I don't like it. I don't care. When I see Mysterio, it's not like seeing a legend. It's like, oh God, what are they going to do to him this time? Are they going to, annihilate him in 5 seconds? Or is he going to get thrown out? Is he going to hand titles back to old people? Like, it's his gimmick has been shit from the jump. So Andrade gets the win. He's sad. Blah, blah, blah. So Austin does a split screen interview with Cole. I couldn't hear half the shit he was saying. Basically saying that he loved Seth's performance. That was really, it was so cool. He was talking about his Raw reunion and how hammered he was. Cole promotes straight up Steve Austin. By the way, I watched it right afterwards. This is why I'm doing it a little later, because I got a little caught up in straight up Steve Austin, and God damn it, that guy's gonna be fun. It was him and Rob Riggle tonight. It was pretty cool. They shot some guns. They rode in a tank, and they drank some Broken Skull IPA. Oh hell yeah! Which is always dope. So yeah, that's great. We come back from commercial, and like I said, Ray is just not feeling it. Montez Ford is backstage and tells Ray to keep his head up, and then they do that. And he does the 619 song, and he's looking for Dawkins to do his thing, and he looks, and Dawkins is asleep on the chair back there. Like we said earlier, my man really went hard. So he tries to wake him up, and he even tries to wake him up by hyping his girl, Nikki Cross, thinking that like Dawkins will get up. He got a little smirk out of him, but like, so then he goes, so Montez Ford goes to say something else. He don't say anything back. He looks down, guzzling water, like so. So he's trying to get himself back. He's trying to get that get back, because again, Dawkins party too hard, dog. So next up, Drew is in Gorilla, and they have it. He's with one, I think the other lady, saying like in your next chapter against Cedric, and he said this will be the last one against Cedric. So we have this matchup next, and oh my goodness, best match tonight, hands down. This is the kind of wrestling match we want. you highlight people like Cedric Alexander and Drew McIntyre, two different types of wrestlers, but they clash perfectly. This was a hell of a good match. Move after move, very legit. It's true, it was a brutal matchup. In the end, Drew gets him with the Claymore kick, and that's a 1-2-3, kids. So a hell of a match. That's something you want to really look forward to. Next up, AJ is backstage with the OC. Gallows even says that, he couldn't beat Lesnar, but what's his name did. He doesn't appreciate that. Saul says Rollins will be a great champion one day, but tonight he's going to embarrass him. Paul Heyman is doing his weird thing. He's looking pissed. He walks into Brock's locker room, and all I can think right there is, oh dear God, I sure hope we don't have Brock going up against Seth again. Like, leave it alone, please. Commercial comes back. Charlie Caruso, whoop whoop, is waiting for an interview with Paul Heyman. It'll be an exclusive. But in the meantime, we have Robert Roode. That's right, Bobby Roode is back. As soon as Gloria said, I didn't know what to do. But again, we are in Canada, so they shine with their brightest Canadian stars. Robert Roode against No Way Jose. Pretty quick match. Glorious DDT. Victory. Right after that, bang, we're back to this backstage thing. Heyman's all pissy. He says he's pissed, and he thinks it's unfair, that there's no rematch clause, walks back into the locker room. Really a waste of my time, to be dead ass honest. Now we get the Revival versus the Lucha House Party in a burial match. Oh, no, I mean literally it's a burial. They're fighting each other, and they get interrupted by the 24/7 champ, who's chased by a bunch of wrestlers. Drake trips. He trips at ringside and falls over. Everything goes into chaos. Ref calls for a bell. No contest, and then this is when this is AEW Revival confirmed. So the Revival win the 24/7 champion, become the first ever dual champions. Kalisto then hits Dawson with the Salida del Sol. He covers, but no. Then R-Truth then pins the Revival to get his title back. He's on 12-time. Truth and Carmella finally get the hell out of there. They're he's telling me he's the 17-time champion of the European TV title, and all that other jazz. And they don't see Elias creeping up from behind. Elias breaks the guitar over the back of Truth, and he is your new 24/7 champion. Oh Lord, the burials that are happening here. They take another look at what happened to Roman Reigns. And guys, I'm telling you, I'm so tired of it. I did it. Let's just end the myth. I threw shit on Roman. I don't know. Get back for the King of the Ring tournament, which kicks off Monday night. Blah, blah, blah. Roman tomorrow night will face Buddy Murphy. Natty comes to the ring, arm in a sling. She starts talking that today is exactly 1 year since her father died, and he came to her in a dream last night. Rude ass Canadians were they were saying boring as this poor woman was talking about her dead legend of a wrestler, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So she said that she had a dislocated elbow and will have an MRI in the morning. So she's just chilling. And so she's talking about her dad, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get... And the music confused me for a half-ass minute, because I was like, what the hell is this? And Cole never skips a beat. It's boss time! Sasha Banks is back. Weird fucking pink hair. I was like, what's going on? Her hair looks large as shit. Like, this is a shitty return. She's come back. She looks like she's hugging Natty to console her about her father. And out of nowhere, just turns, decks Natty in the face, pulls the pink hair off. She is now blue-haired Sasha. So Sasha starts beating the ever-living hell out of Natty. Then here comes the man. Whoa. So now the man, Becky Lynch, comes out, Here comes a great feud. Thank you, Jesus. Heel Sasha and the man Becky Lynch. Sasha beat Becky to a pulp with repeated chair shots, just whap, 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 just tons of chair shots. One kind of like clipped her in the back of the head. I was like, oh no, don't concuss Becky again. But yeah, she beat the hell out of her. And so we have heel Sasha, which is something everyone's been clamoring about. So Raw picked up a few victories over the last few days. They did the Fiend thing right, King of the Ring tournament. Sasha returns as a heel. You guys are kind of, they're pulling the right strings in some of these places here. So far so good. So yeah, Sasha is back. No AEW for her. She ended her holdout or whatever the hell she was doing. The butterfly is flying again. Cute. But heel Sasha. Viking Raiders up next against stupid ass jobbers. Viking Raiders win. Hooray! Tag team championship match between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross against the Kabuki Warriors. Overall, it was a pretty good match. Nothing to write home about. Alexa and Nikki retain their championship, which we're not shocked about. Don't care. They gotta do a couple things. They gotta get a feud going. To kind of, I think they can because the two are very good on the mic. Alexa's so good on the mic. I feel like you can kind of. She can bring a feud a long way. We just gotta hope they bring the right tag team to do it. So obviously Nikki and Alexa retain their titles. Yes. Next up we have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles to end this thing. Match gets all pretty good. Good old fight, bop, bop, bop. And the referees eventually try to boot the rest of the OC, Gallows and Anderson, out for their continuous little shenanigans they're pulling during the match. And instead, they ignore it, and they jump into the ring, and they start beating on Seth. So it's a 3-on-1. So as they're starting to beat on Seth, here comes Ricochet. That's a second term for Ricochet. He comes out to start to help out. They start to flatten him after a little while. So slows everything down, and then all of a sudden, what evens the odds? Braun. So Braun freaking Strowman comes out. Apparently wants the U.S. title. He beats the hell out of AJ and the rest of the OC. He hands Seth the title at the end. Hands it, shakes his hand. That's all we had for Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. I thought overall it was pretty good. They're not about things that annoy me is segments like this that I have like so much in there that like the last one. Okay, so the last segment, the Seth Rollins AJ. So you have the Universal Champion, the U.S. Champion, Tag Team Champions, all in the same event, but no feuds. So you have multiple titles, especially since the next one is called the Clash of Champions. Every title has to be on the line, and yet there's no feud for that tag titles. If Braun is going for the U.S. title, we went through the first week and we still don't have anyone going after Seth in the Universal title. Who's his next opponent? You know what I'm saying? Like, so Alexa and Nikki win tonight, but they don't have a feud still. They won clean, so there's no feud there. Sasha and Becky are obviously setting up for their thing, but I don't know. One thing they did that I'm really happy about is they didn't bring out the Fiend. Perfect. I don't know if he's going to be up, if Bray's going to be a SmackDown guy, but they didn't like overdo it. Like he didn't come out and beat up 9 people today. They want to keep that gimmick fresh, which is awesome. Please do that. The more the better. So by leaving him out, that was good because everybody keeps like, oh, he's going to come out and fight for the title. No, he's not. Leave him alone. So overall, Raw's alright. I just hope they kind of clear up this picture in a little bit, like quickly, so that there's feuds to go for all the titles. The storytelling is getting shorter and shorter, and you're telling stupid stories. So like that's really the most annoying shit on earth. Otherwise, King of the Ring tournament. I promised it, and I will deliver it. Thanks to Ringside News for most of this. You guys are terrific. So they announced all the competitors for the King of the Ring tournament, and so this is who we have. Drum roll, please. All right. So from Raw, obviously we get some from Raw, some from SmackDown. This is how it's gonna go. So from Raw, guys, don't start cheering loud when I say his name. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, Cesaro, Cedric Alexander, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, Sami Zayn, again, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. That's a funky pool. I like Drew. I like Ricochet. Obviously, it's Cedric. I think that would be cool for any of them. King Joe would be funny though. He'd be a real badass about it. SmackDown will have Ali, Andrade, Apollo, Buddy Murphy, Chad Gable, Elias, Kevin Owens, some KO stunners being given out, and wait for it, Shelton Benjamin. The only thing he's been doing in recent weeks is that thing where he's like, and he drifts off the screen, real stupid shit. So that's a nice little King of the Ring tournament. I'm very excited about that. So overall, guys, I feel like that is all I have to give you tonight. There really is nothing mind-blowing about the rest of this. I hope, as always, that you all enjoyed the review. So again, Sasha is back. The Fiend did not come a second night in Toronto. Pretty solid. Oh, Paige did miss today. She missed being the manager of the Kabuki Warriors, as apparently she has to have another neck surgery still. So shouts out to Paige. Get well soon. I don't really have anything left for you guys, so I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna bid you adieu, as we do here on KBW. I'll bid you adieu, mwah, goodbye, and good night.